my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you are so very welcome indeed. Baby girl, we are having a meet and greet on the 20th of July, and it's going to be what? Fabulous. Here in the United Kingdom, London to be specific, at the Novotel Hotel, where we're going to kiki, we're going to have drinks, we're going to have food, we're going to have music, we're going to have dancing, we're going to have Q&A, we're going to have step and repeat, we're going to have goodie bags. It's going to be fabulous. And guess what? The vendors are coming left and right, and my brand is launching. Enjoy the moment in the heat and in the depth of summer. When I tell you I'm excited, I am so excited. The tickets are below, and they are going quickly. As a matter of fact, I'm really seriously thinking of maybe I will just open up the hall to a bigger space. But let me see what I'm working with. Anyway, why are we here? Donald Trump. OMG. When I tell you this thing is spreading. Tariff tension. Beauty supply owners brace for price hikes due to 145% tariff on wigs and hair extensions. Oh my God, wasn't it perfect timing as I went natural? Wasn't it perfect timing that we've got Healthy Hair Studio?
Hi guys, my name is ENITAN, hair coach. I am UK's first ever hair coach and a trichologist. We are a team of trichologists and hair coaches here in W6 London, and we help those who are desperate and have tried and everything else has failed. We look after those who have chronic scalp concerns, flaky, itchy scalp that's been going on for many years. We help those that have hair loss that has progressed instead of improved, and we help those that just generally want to have a better understanding of better quality hair, length, volume, and reduce that dryness. Visit us by clicking here.
I promise you, Healthy Hair Studio will be at the meet and greet. There are going to be so many brands, and Healthy Hair Studio, she's figuring out now as we speak how she's going to come to the USA, because things have got to change. Yep, this is my hair. This is my hair. It has grown so long. I'm living and loving. One of you said, Fumi, please do a center part. And I thought, okay, I'll do a center part for you. Why not? And it's a little tiny thing right here. And I purposely left it without an extension because I cannot pay 145%. Absolutely not. Small business owners across the country are grappling with the stiff tariffs. In Metro Atlanta, entrepreneurs like Maureen Yancey of MY Beauty Unlimited are bracing for the impact of 145% tariff on wigs and hair extensions imported from China. Yancey, whose store sells hundreds of wigs and accessories, worries that the tariffs will disrupt supply chains and hurt customer purchasing habits. Of course, who got the coin? In this climate where nobody got anything, where you're just trying to survive. I came to New York. I have never seen in my entire life a city of where I lived. I saw so many homeless people. I was shocked. I was shocked. I remember back in the day in the 90s, I would walk from 34th Street where I used to live all the way to 90th Street, and I would just walk up on 3rd Avenue. I walk up Madison. I would look at all of the stores before I plump myself into Bloomingdale's. I didn't try it this time. I did not try it this time. It broke my heart. If the tariffs are being implemented, it's going to affect supply chains negatively, and it's going to affect how our customers buy, she said. You're absolutely right. Why? Because I just talked about it when it came to the fashion, to the beauty, to the designer bags, to all of that. China said, you know what? You don't have to go out here being pressed to try to look for 40K for a Birkin bag. We make the bags. We make the bags.
The tag saying made in China. The bag can never be luxury. However, in fact, more than 80% of the luxury bags in the world are made in China. But those luxury brands just won't acknowledge that. They take almost finished bags from China factories back to their own factories and just do the repackaging and logo installing, something like that. That way, the bags will appear at their boutiques as made in Italy or made in France. You know, those sophisticated European countries, which make you feel mysterious, royal, and thus luxury. Now, close your eyes. Let's just do a little, very easy experiment in your head, okay? Imagine that you have an Hermes bag, and suddenly the label on it changed from made in France into made in China, while everything else, like leathers, zippers, and hardware, remain the same. Do you suddenly feel that your bag is not as luxury as before? If you do, that means you have been misled and poisoned by the market campaign of those luxury brands for too long. Welcome to the real world. Now you see, those bags are made in China by our intelligent and diligent Chinese artisans. Let's not be poisoned and misled by the market campaign any longer and be a real person. Buy a bag from us, from our factory in China. See the real world for yourself.
And you know what? They make the wigs. So maybe this is the time, my darlings, to start going natural. Maybe this is the time. Maybe this is a sign. Maybe this is a sign to say, you know what? We are not doing any of this anymore. And that is what is happening. Trump is really coming on hard, and it seems that as hard as I tried to avoid him, he's unavoidable because he's coming now into my territory of beauty and fashion, of our hair pieces, because it's nice to have a wig, it's nice to have a fall. I'm going to start really switching it up out here in these streets, and to think that it's going to be 145%. It shows also, like I said, the Chinese said, you really don't see our value. But that has no bearing on how much we know our value. That's the danger right there. You think we don't know just because we're quiet? We know. And we're about to show you. So you put tariffs on us, we'll put tariffs on you. That is what is happening out here in these streets. The wigs are now being tariffed. Everything. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. It's very frightening to think that our dear President Trump, I'm being polite, has only been in office for how many months? And in essence, we've got 4 years to go of this. I don't know. Meanwhile, we have Bernard Arnault's fortune has fallen from 9 billion as Louis Vuitton Moët Hennessy shares a plunge. Why? Because it's being indirectly affected by the tariffs. That's all I've got to say, my darlings. That's all I've got to what? That's all I got to say. Do not forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button, and I'll see you I'll see you sooner than later. And yes, I am losing weight. I am lifting weights, and I am loving it. Let me just show you. So I got my big weights, medium weights. I've got my smaller weights, and then I've got the smallest weights. Yes, my darling. As soon as Kelly Smith told me that, you know what, Fumi, you're getting too big out here in these streets, I said to myself, you know what, Fumi, take that as a positive thing and make sure that you are the best version of yourself. And I'm enjoying it. Let me know if you're premenopausal, you're in your 50s, you're in your 50s, and you're premenopausal, perimenopausal, and you gained sudden weight that you just could not kind of shake off or control with your usual exercise. I had to really pump it up, and now I only have like one slice of bread, always brown bread, always brown rice, a fistful that size. That's all that I will eat with my vegetables, and I do not play with my protein, my fish, my chicken, my meat. I gobble that up, and that really helps, and I'm sleeping better, and I'm getting it back into my clothes, and I'm living and loving. All right, my darlings, do not forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button, baby, and I'll see you I'll see you sooner than later. Peace. All of my love.
value of the information that we were given. So it's not overwhelming. It was very clearly laid out. It was accessible, even for someone that's not familiar with public relations.
Now I'm leaving, feeling more PR ready. What I thought I knew, I now know more. What I came to do, I've done so much more.
If you are serious about really growing your business or growing your brand, then like this is really this is a must.
And I love the fact that I came away from it feeling and knowing that I now have a clear pathway for the things I want to do next for my business.
I'm literally in awe.
I feel like I can pitch. There's so many platforms that I've wanted to go on, so many podcasts or just things that I thought I can only dream about. But in this retreat and just through the classes and the sessions, I really learned how to actually reach out to those platforms, to those huge platforms.
Know that when it comes to PR, Nina gonna put you together, okay? During our sessions, how she walked us through the playbook and she had us complete tasks. It gave us a sense of clarity.
Nina, you did that. You brought a group of amazing women together and you helped us bond, see our worthiness, and yeah, it was everything I could have dreamed of and more.
Yes, it's really been a unforgettable experience.
This is by far the most impactful few days I've had in a very long time.
Nina, you have no idea how profoundly your journey has impacted my journey.
Don't even think about not signing